You're watching Fine and Dandy. Cheers.
Hi, my name's Cameron, and you need to check out the Fine and Dandy podcast.
You are now watching Fine and Dandy.
Watch the Fine and Dandy podcast. Good shit.
Hey, what's up? We're Soe, and you're watching Fine and Dandy.
Hey everyone, it's your boy Blacasso, and you're tuning in with Fine and Dandy.
You are now watching Fine and Dandy!
Alright guys, welcome back to another week of the Fine and Dandy podcast. This week's going to be a treat, honestly. We got some sick-ass guests in this weekend. We got Pablo here, and we got Lee, two of the co-founders of Nosleepfest. If y'all don't know what that is, they throw a bunch of shows across Texas. If you're into the metal scene, if you're a metalhead, man, I promise you it's right up your alley. They throw some sick-ass shows. They had actually our homie Winton, which you've probably seen on our podcast before. We've had on many times. Big homie. Pac-Man the Movie's return. They had him headline that festival, and that shit was fucking awesome. They had the Holy Ghost Tabernacle Choir there. They had fucking Limbless. The Corpse Pile was fucking sick. That lineup was pretty fire too. Also have I Set My Friends on Fire coming up, which is gonna be a sick ass show for them as well. I'm sure they're fucking stoked for that. Thank you so much, guys, for coming on. We're really happy to have you guys here. How y'all doing? I want to talk a little bit louder.
Hey, yo.
Turn the gain up if you need to, Daniel.
Just a little bit. It'll pick us up, though.
No, wrong one. You're on the wrong interface. But yeah, that was a great introduction. I was not expecting that. That seemed rehearsed. But
I come
welcome.
prepared.
Had it locked in.
Right? Yeah. But welcome to the studio, guys. How's y'all's day today? You guys have a good one?
Chaotic.
Chaotic,
Yeah.
dude. I can say the same, honestly. I didn't get too much sleep last night. I had a full day of work. Found out midday today that we were doing a podcast. Super excited, but I was like,
Bro,
oh, fuck yeah,
literally
dude.
same. He texted me, bro, and he was like, hey, can you be here at like 7? I was like, I guess, dude.
I got a text around
Hell
3,
yeah,
like
totally
around
would.
1 or 2. Maybe it was like closer to 3, but he was like, hey, no sleep fest. This is like all the text said. It said, no sleep fest, people coming over for podcast tonight. And I thought there was like a comma missing. I thought he was saying like, it's no sleep fest, motherfucker. Like, you're not getting any sleep because people are coming over for a podcast.
All night.
But it seems that the No Sleep Fest crew is here for a podcast, and I misinterpreted that.
Yeah, but still, yeah, you don't get sleep, motherfucker.
I don't get
We're
sleep.
here.
That's not happening. But I was gonna say, so he did say 2 of the co-founders. Is there more co-founders, or like, or was it just like you guys that created it?
Well, actually, it was just me.
Oh,
Lee
Daniel.
recently joined. Lee,
Okay.
Lee's been part of it since 1 month last year. I don't even remember. I want to say the summer.
You're supposed to.
Like the summer.
Shit. How'd y'all end up meeting? Because I know you stay like more south towards G County, and you stay in up north to Houston. So how'd y'all end up meeting? Like how'd that?
I heard about this dude when I was like 14. And
Pablo?
Yeah,
Oh,
so I've been playing. I was in a band, this band called Paper Wolf, and I heard about him through friends, and I wanted to get into the scene more, and I used to bug the shit out of him. So he booked my bands, and I just kept working with Pablo years and years and years. And then I started booking. He noticed, wanted to help me out.
Oh,
On
that's a
Okay,
real homie.
dude.
Damn.
still helps me out, books my bands, all
Let's
that.
go.
For years.
So you've been booking for a minute then, Pablo?
Since 2015.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh
I
shit.
don't know how long that is though.
That's like 8 years. That's like
Yeah,
8
yeah.
years, bro.
What got you started? Was it kind of just like being in the scene and like kind of wanting to be involved, or was there like a more of a business drive behind it?
Well, it's not really. Back then, it wasn't really a business at all,
Mhm.
or not even like kind of even today. It's kind of like just you want to do it.
Mm.
But back then, like I wasn't trying to like book shows or like get that heavily involved. I just kind of like got thrown into it. I used to go to local shows, and a friend one day hit me up to ask if I can help him book a show, and he's like, "Oh, you know a couple friends," but I wasn't like a booker. He just knew I knew friends, and that's kind of like how it started.
Mm.
And then now we're here.
So you just had like a network of people, like homies,
Yeah, yeah.
mainly, but like to a booker's standpoint is like
Yeah.
these are tickets that can be sold type shit. Or,
Correct. Well, back then it was just like super DIY, like
Oh,
super
okay.
DIY. You know what I mean? Like, show like all local bands. You know, now we're not like corporate. You know, we're just us two guys. You know, but like now we deal with a little bit more like bigger bands. You know, most of the shows that we're dealing with are touring acts. You know,
Oh, okay.
and
More
then we still
stressful?
put locals. Always been stressful. The stress has never gone away. It just became
Getting
bigger.
bigger,
Yeah,
yeah,
the stress.
I feel that the bigger the acts. What was like one show where you would say like, okay, now this is starting to get a little bit serious? Like, 'cause I mean, at first you're just like whatever. Now you're like, oh shit, I guess I am a booker now. You know, like, was there ever a moment you're like, okay, I guess I'm doing this now?
I know. I think we're still trying to figure that out. I like even at this point where we are, we don't feel like
cross that threshold.
yeah, or like we're like big or like it's like well we take it seriously. You know what I mean? We do take it seriously, but not like it's like I don't know. We still see ourselves as like the little people that started booking 8 years ago. You know what I mean?
I feel like y'all got some good booking. In terms of local talent, I mean, a lot of those locals are doing Texas tours now. You know, a lot of them are fucking killing it out there too. Fucking y'all know. I'm sure y'all know Gingy, right? He's a photographer, like redhead. He toured like so he does photography with like Blood Between Us and like they.
Oh,
Gingu, yeah, Gingu.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Gingu,
Ging. Yeah, we know
Ging.
Ging.
Yeah.
Fuck gang.
Hell yeah, nah, fucking. We've known him for a minute too, actually. Fucking before he was even into photography. Like honestly, dude's been fucking crushing it too. But I know he's been went on tour with like Blood Between Us, and they've been fucking killing it recently too. And I saw y'all just booked them, on the bill with I Set My Friends on Fire. So that's gonna be fucking. Sure, that's about to be nuts. So do you ever like, for you, what kind of for you, what's a good show? Like, what is a good turnout or a good show? Like, is it just like as long as everyone's happy, like the band's had a good time, and then you feel good, or is it like a turnout thing? What really like determines?
Honestly, it's probably just like everybody being satisfied because it's always really stressful and like heartbreaking in a way, like having a band set at you or having like, anybody a part of the show, whether it be an agent, sound dude, people there. Just like if anybody's upset, it always
Yeah.
very much a chilling and
Right. Is it more so like a feeling of like, damn, I should have caught that? Like, damn, that's something that we maybe could have prevented or something, like type of feeling?
mistakes like that. But we fall upon like mistakes we make, but like people are still happy and it doesn't affect them. It kind of just affects us. So like we try to look at as long as turnout was good, chilling, no.
Just a little bit loud. I'm sorry.
I consider it a pretty good show. If
I
nobody,
stop picking up. I just want to make sure that they're hearing
Bro, I
hear my
speak in
fucking guy.
lowercase.
Yeah, speak in lowercase.
Yeah,
I
Yeah, I
read that
fucks
before.
with
That's
that. I
funny as
fucks
fuck.
with that.
So what would your answer be on that? Like, what is a good show to you, Pablo?
I get way more stress. So it's like my yeah. Sometimes we're Lee's satisfied. I'm over here like, damn. Me is just like as long as everyone's happy, you know, because like we see everything, you know. Like if there's one thing we see that can get approved, I take it personally, you know, something that I'm working on. Because like at the end of the day, that's what we want. We just want everyone to feel comfortable, feel happy. Bands, to the venue, to the people who show up.
Right.
You know. Yeah, I think that would dictate what a good show.
I get that because I mean, to a degree, it's not always about the turnout. But you still want to turn out. It's not always about like keeping the bands happy, but you do want to keep the bands happy. So like they're walking that fence and like kind of trying to play the side of what's best for the bands, what's best for the venue, what's best for the audience, what's best for us. Like how to juggle all four of those things is obviously going to be a stressful thing whenever you have like I don't know, have you dealt with like kind of like egomaniac type of people where it's like they make your job hard, or have you kind of been okay, that's a bad question. Maybe that's a bad question.
We're not gonna drop names, but
no,
we have
definitely not names.
You definitely encounter it, but I don't think that's just a music thing. I think that's just life. You know what I mean? Like you're always gonna deal with people, like, you know, even like working like a 9 to 5 in retail, like you deal with some crazy people. You know, I've seen a lady get like arrested by just punching a cop for over like a furniture table. You know what I mean? Like you're always gonna deal with those kind of people, and that does add another like element. But lately, like, we've been fine for the most part because most of the bands that we work with are friends. You know what I mean?
Like they're friends with each other, or like your friends?
Our friends.
Oh, nice.
So like it helps a lot whenever the band, and also when we meet strangers. Like the first time, like, you know, I sent my friends far, we don't know them, so like it helps a lot when they show up, and it's like, you know, they're chill, friendly, you know, easy to work with. You know, that definitely does play a part.
Right.
Because then you build those connections too, and then in the future y'all all able to work together, and it benefits everyone in the end. It's like a mutually beneficial thing instead of just showing up and be like, it's about me, baby.
Exactly.
Which, I mean, I get it. You know, everyone has their own way of doing things.
Yeah.
It helps everyone out, and it kind of runs a little smoother. I know you said that you're still like there's still a lot of stress. Was it? But like in the beginning, was there like a lot of humps like you didn't realize that you had to overcome, and you just like had to pivot? Like, is it just a constant pivot at all times? You think like where you're like something pops up and you're constantly having to be like, okay, I got to figure this out now.
Back then it was way more chaotic because, like, you know, I didn't know anything. You know, I was learning a lot of stuff. I would definitely say that. Like, back in the day, a lot more, like, mistakes were made and, like, just learning. But also, like, clueless, too. Because, like, there's some things that I didn't know were mistakes, you know, until as we're getting older and learning more stuff, too, as well.
Did you have any level of, like, a mentor in that space?
There's been some friends that we've made that are kind of like, we mentor, we go back and forth, you know, we call them and they call me and go like, hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? You know, like we have friends like specific I can drop is like Dom from Freeze. That's a band from Philadelphia. He's a good friend, and he's one of the people I do reach out to whenever I need advice or like, hey, yo, like, what do you think of this? Or like, shout out Dom. Or like Peter from Kaonashi. Like me and him talk a lot more like on the mental part of it. But yeah, just kind of like just friends we've made along the way that we just kind of look up to and talk to. Also Joey from the Inn. Shout out Joey.
Is that the manager, or is that like the owner of the?
Joey is the he's just a part of it now. I don't know what he is now, but he's just
Joey.
Joey. Yeah, he's just Joey. Yeah, he's the man.
Joey at the end.
Yeah.
Joey at the end, dude.
Man.
You see him, you're like, that's fucking Joey over there. That's the fucking homie
That's
Joey.
literally-
That's just what it is.
Every
That's
time
the
I see
boy.
Joey, I'm like, dude.
There goes Joey, dude.
That's fucking sick though. It's always good to have those homies. Like, you don't even know how they got there. Like they've always been there, you know.
No.
Like it's just been Joey, and that's who Joey is. I fuck with that heavy.
And that's the end of that.
Yeah, I fuck with that. So like also like I guess with that being said, with the bigger bands, is it like y'all just like being like, okay, we got to step it up now, and y'all like are reaching out, or is it more so like someone just like, hey, the homie honestly wouldn't mind hopping on the tour, or like, hey, we're cool with them and they would love to just hop on like a mutual thing?
He said that this might have just happened.
Like, I think it's kind of a mix of both. We kind of like hit up people and we shoot our shot. You know, you gotta shoot your chances, and then other times there's bands where we already have and we're booking the show, and then another band does want to hop on, and then we get another dope ass band that we get to meet for the first time. It kind of just goes back and forth.
Band on
Explain that very well, actually. You explained that very well. He kind of is right. Yeah, it's a mixture of both, where there are some bands we do reach out to, and then there's bands that we're just, it's that cycle, you know, like one friend will tell another friend. But like with us though, like also we also deal with agents too. So like those agents talk to each other, or
Those are
like it's
fun
like the same agent, you know, reaches out again, like, hey, y'all did a great job with this one. Here's another one, basically.
So
Gotcha.
you've done a lot of. At this point, you probably booked at a lot of different venues. I'm assuming. Would you say like quite a few different ones? What venue did y'all start off at? Like, what was like the first venue you really like booked a
The
show?
Clinic.
Yeah, the Clinic.
My man sounded.
The
He's like,
Clinic.
y'all fuck with the Clinic heavy?
The Clinic's no longer around.
Oh,
I ran the Clinic.
For real?
So before Nosleepfest, if you see, like, cause we didn't
Ran it
always,
into the
yeah, we didn't always,
ground.
we didn't always have like Nosleepfest presents.
Yeah.
I gone through like several like changes.
That's a part of the business.
But like Clinic was like the first. That was super DIY. It was an abandoned clinic, and we used to have shows in like a waiting room.
That's
Oh,
fucking
And
shit.
yeah,
awesome, bro.
that-
That's so fucking sick. Holy
So
shit.
like that's where we started. Like super DIY. It was very grungy. Yeah.
That's when I first heard about Pablo. I was like 14. It's a fucking abandoned clinic. Trying to figure out who the fuck Pablo was.
You're like, who the fuck put this on? I need to know right now. Shit. So would you like? I'm guessing the clinic, like that's like one of those places that just like has like a place in your heart. You're like, you'll always think about that moment. Like it's like you walk in, you're like, kind of fucked up in here, but this is some fucking vibe. Dude. You're like, this is what I'm fucking talking about. You're like, where the fuck? It's like that same vibe of like, you know, the video where it's like, Denny, what the fuck is up, Denny? And they're just in the fucking the middle of the Denny's, just moshing. Like, I feel like. Yeah, you know, same thing. You're like, dude, we're in a fucking waiting room right now, dude. I'm waiting for my number, dog. Like, holy shit, just fucking going crazy. That's fucking awesome, though. So, would you say that's to date, like, probably one of your favorite venues, or is there like somewhere that like you really love working at, or it's just whatever at this point? You're just kind of like,
I don't think I have like, not to be biased. I don't think there's really a favorite. We have favorite people, like yeah, to work with that makes the venues fun. But there's not like a particular venue that we're like, this is our favorite, you know. But also none of them like, you know, we're like, oh, that's our least favorite, you know.
Right.
It's just because we kind of book at every like venue we can, you know.
It's more like indifferent to like the place and more about like the people there.
Right, and like each venue is different for a different vibe for a show. Like there's certain venues we would not book a certain show. But rather than another one.
I was gonna ask about that. When it comes to like curating a show, like what's the most difficult part about that? Is it like getting the bands together, or is it like the kind of the layout of how that is supposed to work? Because I mean, I feel like to a degree, to expand on it, I feel like to a degree, getting the bands together, as difficult as it may be, it's like you have an idea of like what you want the sound to like kind of sound like, and you have an idea of like what these bands are capable of. So I feel like to a degree from somebody outside looking in, that seems like that might be easier to do than like the actual logistics of making everything. You know what I mean?
So I think for me, it's definitely about like coming up with the idea for the show and the bands and like the venue, like where's a good spot to put it at. Like I'm very indecisive, so I go back and forth in my head on which venue is going to be better for this band or which bands are going to be better to play with this band. Logistics wise, it's more kind of like straightforward in a way, so it's on in my head. But like when it comes to like this,
Got you. Would you say that that's something that's beneficial or like something that hurts you? Because like to a degree, the more like you kind of are indecisive, I feel like the more perfect the show becomes, and like the closer you get to that idea it to be. But like I do understand the way that it could like waste a lot.
it's it's a love-hate relationship. I feel like at the end of the day, I know I'm hard about this show and I want it to work, but like the other part of me is, yeah, I'm like spending too much trying to decide. Like I need to hurry, but at the end of the day, when the show's really fun, satisfying. But it just helps like every show kind of when it works really.
That makes sense.
Wait, we'll say that part one more. You said you thought just as
When
because he
you
didn't pick up. He thought we thought
I
of more
start
ways.
getting lower, dude.
Yeah, he's like, we thought of more ways for it to work, is what he said, and ended off on it. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
But nah, I think also like going back to your question, like kind of setting the bill for the night. Do y'all worry about the order, or are you just like as long as it all kind of meshes? Like, you're like, okay, this person should open, and like as it progresses, you kind of want it to go a certain way. Do you ever like think of it in that way, or you're just like, okay, all these bands kind of fit around the same vibe. We know who the headliner is, and we just kind of fill in after.
It really depends on who's playing, I guess. Like if you know, like you have to judge a band based on their crowd sometimes. Like sometimes people like to show up for a band and then leave right after.
Yeah,
but you want to try to get those people to stay the whole. Like that's my thing in my head. How am I gonna get everybody to stay? Every band, entire time. But that's kind of hard to avoid. But it's normally just you have your headline. That's who's gonna like everybody is. Some shows, so it's easy to put. Sometimes if everybody's the same, it's just like kind of
Go
do
with
it.
the flow.
Yeah, you just kind of feel whatever you feel like.
Yeah.
Okay, this will probably be a good way to put that order the bands in that way. I feel that though, because like for me, I'm like, okay, because it's not always like that. Some bands are gonna be like maybe heavier, like they're in the same ballpark, but some are gonna be maybe like a little bit I don't want to say like funkier, but like like a little bit more rhythm to them. Some are just fucking thrash. They're just you're fucking going crazy. So it's like you might want to put some of that softer stuff because you don't want to put a heavy ass fucking band first and then you have something that's like not as heavy afterwards, and then put another heavy band after that per se. Well, I don't know how everyone's different, but I feel like sometimes that might.
Most of the time, yeah. It would probably be
He
a
said
throw
it's
off,
not
but it
sometimes,
also
dude.
it also depends sometimes. Like we've had, but
Yeah.
Dude, how'd you break your hand?
crowd killing during body bugs.
What?
At the VFW, bro, I cracked the shit out of my hand.
My man's about it. He's in the mix, bro.
I was just,
He's in the
dude,
mix.
I hadn't moshed the body box yet, and then I was just going too hard and wasn't paying attention to where my hand was swinging. I just clocked somebody right on the head, dude.
How do you think that guy fell? Holy shit.
I probably hurt myself more than they got hurt.
Yeah, because I mean, like, if you don't get hit in the right part of the skull, like, if you get hit maybe like at the top, like up here, that's a hard spot to get hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
It's kind of like whenever you hit these with somebody, both people are gonna be in pain, but one of them got it worse.
Oh yeah, dude. No, for sure. I didn't see anybody on the floor, and everybody was chilling.
That motherfucker had a hard head, apparently.
Yeah, dude, cracked the side of my fucking hand.
For real, though. If you ever wondered if they're about it, now you know they're about it. They're about their shit. They're in the fucking pits. They said meet them, all right? They're fucking ready. Crack a skull.
So, another question I had for you guys, not to bombard you guys with questions all day, but another question I had is like in a business that's like kind of predicated around like we said, making the bands happy, kind of curating a good show for the fans that show up, keeping the venue happy, and trying not to like obviously like cleaning up after yourself and keeping a good name for yourself. In that world, like, do you find it hard to please yourself after trying to please so many others basically all day? Do you find it difficult to enjoy like your own free time? You know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah, sometimes, yeah. Like I said, the stress kind of like does sometimes make some shows unenjoyable. You know what I mean? Like thinking about everybody. Meanwhile, everybody's just having a great time, and you're just in the back, just like, woo. Either it's like time, it's running late. Making sure like money, for everybody. Again, it goes back to also being everyone satisfied. So there are some times where like again, that's the one part doing shows consistently. It does kind of suck. Is sometimes you get a little burnt out.
You kind of like loses its luster a little bit.
Sometimes. I always get reminded whenever but that feeling goes away once I'm just kind of like watching a band play. Then I get reminded why I do what I do.
Is that something that maybe like kind of grounds you in those moments, like whenever you're able to like kind of zone out and just watch a band play, that you like put on that stage and just kind of like, damn, I did that shit.
I was just more just enjoying the band, because most of the time I get pulled away, either something's going on or someone has a question, so like there's moments like I don't get to watch a lot of the bands that we put on just because like I'm running around, and so whenever I get the chance just like watch a band and just sing along, it reminds me, it goes. I'm like, that's like my Ratatouille moment, like
Remy,
like yeah, so that's it just brings you back.
I feel that. That's interesting though, because I would think that is kind of difficult to take time to like give yourself the same pleasure that you're trying so hard to give, both like sonically and business side of like with the venue and the bands and shit like that. Because like you said, it's always an issue. There's always something that needs your attention. So those moments of like, damn, even the moments where you're just like sitting on your fucking couch at home, it's like, damn, I should be doing something right now. You know what I mean? But so like that is like, I feel like in a business where people are like kind of predicating their attention towards other people's attention, whenever you do get that time to yourself to kind of reflect or even just fucking relax, it's difficult because you're like, damn, I should be doing something right now, and somebody's gonna call me. I can't even go take a nap right now. I'm gonna get like somebody's gonna knock on my door. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's the worst. That's the fucking worst.
especially with social media, I find like because you're like, damn, should I be making a post right now? Did I remember to post a clip about it? Hey, did you post on your story? Like it's like all you're like, yeah, you're like ah. Like did you? And you're just like every day, like every week, it's just then you're like, okay. On top of that though, did we book? We got everything in order. Time slots. Hey, I fuck with y'all's flyers though too. I just wanted to say that I've seen like the flyers I've been putting out. Whoever does that shit, fucking. Yeah.
What? Which
The
flyer?
artwork.
Oh, okay. Shout out Jason and shout out Ringo.
Shout out fucking Jason and Ringo. killing it
The
on the
we
flyers.
do have like multiple others who make flyers, but like those two are like the primary ones.
Holding it
you know?
down.
Ringo specifically, like Ringo is like first time Ringo made for a flyer for me was like back in like 2017 or 2018. I don't remember which one. It was a Scott Pilgrim flyer,
Yo.
and
Fire.
he's just been here ever
Fire
since.
flyer.
And then Jason Gloom has recently started like making flyers for us.
Fuck yeah. Was that also just like one of those things where it's like, hey bro, can I make a flyer for you? And like,
I'll see what you got, dude.
No, I reached out to actually both of them actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you see like their work online and you reached out, or were they friends of yours beforehand that you kind of just like,
Ringo-
wanted to get in touch with?
Ringo was a friend, and then he started making flyers, and then I reached out, and then Jason, same thing. Well, he wasn't he was a stranger. We went up to him and we're like, hey, and that's how we made friends with him.
Hell yeah, dude.
And then, like I said, like there are other artists. Most of those artists we usually reach out, and then half of them are just friends that just make art. So we reach out to them. We're like, hey, can you make a flyer for us, please?
Please.
Yeah.
Please, we're trying to do something.
listening to metal like all the time though. Do y'all still listen to your free time pretty frequently, or is it like you're just like, I'm gonna sit in silence?
Listen to a lot of shit. I love Midwest emo. I'm an emo kid at heart.
I feel that.
So my go-to most of the time, then like slam, death metal, hardcore.
What would you say is like was there a band that like got you into it? You're like, that's some shit I'm gonna do.
Fuck.
Clinic, dude.
It was Pablo was my inspiration.
Pablo and Joey, just the guy Joey. Just
Fucking that boy
guy.
Joey in the back, just like that's fucking Joey, dude. I'm gonna because of you, dog. I'm gonna fucking start.
This is
a
why I'm
band.
doing this shit.
Fucking Joey.
No, fucking. I don't know, with like hardcore shit and like wanting to do more of that was just like a lot of the homies I surrounded myself with were like hardcore homies, or they were just in the heavy shit, or like metalcore homies, a lot of deathcore homies, death metal homies. It all runs in the same shit now. But like Pablo, he booked a lot of like heavy shows back in the day, and that's what really got me into it. And then he also booked hella emo shows. That's how I started. And like bands, fuck. I don't know how a lot of people feel about this band because the dude in it not cool, but Sorority Noise
Because the dude
is
not cool.
Isn't that like half the bands now?
yeah,
though?
that's like all Midwest emo bands.
It's like half
dude.
of them. You're like, damn, I don't know. But it's like, most people are still like low key in the back, like don't.
If you got into emo in like 2000s to 2010s, dude, like one of your favorite bands is canceled for sure. Like,
That's what
they're gone, dude.
it's
They're
there's no way.
gone.
At least one person. Fucking who was it that was like the drummer that recently they got canceled but they came back? What?
What?
Whoa.
Whoa.
What band is
Guy
this?
hired somebody to kill his wife.
I want to say it was Kellen Quinn that I'm thinking of.
That's kind of sick.
What?
That is quite metal.
As I like dying.
Quite metal. Austrian Death Machine.
Austria Death Machine. That's funny though. Well,
I've
yeah,
never
I
heard
guess
of
that
that.
goes to
That's
show
hilarious,
that there
though.
is definitely probably your band probably is canceled at this point. But what was it? You said Southwest
Midwest emo.
Midwest. No, but what
Midwest
was the name of the
emo.
band?
Sorority Noise.
Sorority Noise.
Southwest.
What's yours, Pablo? What was
I have no answer.
You don't have, you don't have like a band. There's like no band that like.
one band that got you inspired to get into the business that you're into.
there's like one particular band, you know. Then every other band's gonna hit me up after this and go like, why wasn't it me?
Well, it doesn't have to be like a local band. It could be like maybe when you were a kid, like somebody that like you heard like on the radio or something that got you
into the scene
it.
for a reason. You know, everyone got into the scene. Or was it just for the vibe? You just loved the scene for like a certain reason?
Well, like I used to listen to hip hop when I was growing up. I was primarily hip hop, and then I started listening to rock. It was kind of like a weird combination, honestly. Though it was like I was an angry little kid, so like I was listening to a lot of angry music.
That's fair.
You're gonna expose me right here.
We're gonna expose you, dude.
I would say, like right now at the moment though, like some of the smaller bands of why that inspired me to do this, continue to doing this is Kaonashi. I will say that though.
Shout out to
shout out Kaonashi.
Bro, Winton loves that fucking band,
I was not gonna
bro.
butcher their name. I was gonna shout out to the band he said.
Yeah, he's talking about that band the fucking other night. He had a whole T-shirt. He's like, nah, bro, they fucking hard as shit. He's like, dude, they have like a whole theme and shit. I was like, that's fucking nuts. Not the Kawanashi sound.
Kind of like the Austrian Death Machine.
I don't know if they're. I don't know if they're fucking. I don't know if they're Arnold Schwarzenegger theme, but fucking sick though. Like, what made you fall in love with the scene then? Like, if you like, cause you were hip hop.
It was just like when I first got into it. Like again, like I said, I went to a lot of like local shows. I went to a lot of shows in general. You know, I was more like I was honestly like how Lee was. I was more emo, like more emo kid. I listened to like more metalcore and hardcore. Probably like some like the first bands like with System of a Down, Limp Bizkit, Suicide Silence.
He said amen.
Those are probably some like the first bands that I ever like listened to, and then just kind of like went off from there. Like with the community, you know, I just vibe with just like how much fun I had, and then like eventually I found other people who were just like me, and then like those are the people that just kept me going. You know,
isn't that kind of cool though? Like the sense of community. It's weird too, cause it, like the way that you were saying too, like it wasn't something you were like, this is something I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
You're just like, I guess I'm fucking doing it now. But like, you just kind of find like your people and all of that shit. You know, you're just like, dude, I'm feeling a certain way or whatever. You're like, damn, all these other people are kind of in the on the same vibe, and now I'm fucking out here. Just because everyone else is so fucking cool, you know? It's like,
yeah.
You're like, dude, all the fucking homies, I fucking love those motherfuckers. Now we're all just doing this shit together. And you're like, I guess I'm not gonna stop now, cause fucking why would I? I guess we're all just in the mix, fucking having a good time and shit. But it is kind of crazy how like the community can just kind of suck you in. These people are fuck. Man, like you two motherfucker, you're like fucking. You show up to a thing, you're like, who the fuck? Oh, that motherfucker's actually cool as shit. And then you're like, hey, bro, I'll put you on. And you're like, hell yeah. It sounds so simple, though. But really, if you think about it, it's like, it could be that simple. You're like, bro, I got you.
It can be so simple. I think the thing in life that's not simple is the connections with other people. People make life complicated. Life is very simple. It's just the factor that, like, I mean, not to go on that end or anything, but the factor that we are all like individuals coexisting with each other, it's difficult to kind of, we all have different priorities, and trying to get those priorities to like what's the word, line up basically, so that you can get something done with one another is extremely difficult. Especially without incentive. Like if you pay me to do it, then yeah, of course I'll fucking line up with whatever you want to do. But there's no incentive. It's just literally like, I want to connect with you and you want to connect with me, and that is the incentive. Not a lot of people will take that as incentive to do the thing that they maybe don't want to help out their fellow man type shit.
But it does make those moments a lot cooler.
Oh, definitely. I feel like that exact way, just because like that's exactly what like Pablo did for me. Is just me being this little kid like obsessed with this. Pretty much like trying to like, hey, book my band, bro. Book my band, bro.
Even if you don't, I'll be here next week.
Yeah, no, literally, bro. I'ma find you. Book my band, bro. But nah, and then I don't know. He just
that kids. If you stalk your heroes, one day.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
He said, if there's two things that's certain in life, I'm gonna be here next week, and Joey.
And Joey.
Those are the two things.
Joey's gonna be right here with me.
Joey's gonna feed.
He's kidding. He's like, yo.
Shout out
Hey,
Joey.
y'all better get me on next time.
Next podcast.
For just him sitting there the whole time. You don't even gotta say shit, bro. It's just him fucking vibing the whole
Just chilling, dude.
30 minutes. But it is that community though, and it's like you just pulling up and like being like, damn, I'm a part of something. Like that, I think for me, I'm not like I grew up also like doing post hardcore. I went to a lot of like those shows growing up. I don't really go. Well, I do. I actually support a lot of the locals now. I've been to like a few a year fucking shows. I always support the homie Winton. The homie Cole over here is in a band too, so I always go to his shows and shit. Big on. I don't really like support as many big acts, but I fucking love support. Cause you know that like they pour their fucking heart out into that shit. Like I'm about to fucking throw the fuck down, fuck everybody. This is my fucking stage for this fucking 30 minutes or whatever the fucking time I have. Motherfuckers are gonna like it. And I just respect that shit. You know what I mean? For that time period. And I think it like you kind of fall in love with that for a little bit. You know, it's like especially when you're putting on shows and your homies, you're like, damn, my homies are fucking just killing it up there. Can't believe I know that.
No, that's literally the greatest feeling is seeing your homies like just up there doing it. Like one of the greatest loves I feel right now in my heart is watching Path of Vengeance play. Shout out Path of Vengeance, because the homie Tony and Trey, like I've known them for a minute, and just watching them, dude, on stage having a good ass time is so like heartwarming.
You ever have a moment when like you're like, I know that guy. Like you're just watching some motherfucker shred and you're like, holy
all the
shit.
time.
You're like, damn, it fucking. That's fucking nuts.
That's me with everybody I know, dude. I'm like, how the fuck do I know you, dude?
Like, god damn, this shit is fucking insane. Then you look out into the crowd and people are just fucking going insane. You're like, holy
hitting each
shit.
other and then hugging each other after, dude. I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have did that, but I'm glad I did.
What was the moment like the first time like fucking saw a mosh pit and you were just, holy shit? Was it mind blowing or you were like, this is where I'm meant to be?
I was at the clinic.
It said the clinic is where it started.
It all started at the clinic.
I was like 13 years old, and my first mosh pit I ever encountered, I had chicken nuggets with me.
Whoa, bro, what?
And,
Bro, I had a Happy Meal at the mosh.
My friend who was way more like, he knew what's going on. I didn't know what was going on, you know? And like, out of nowhere, mosh pit started where I was, and my chicken nuggets all over the floor. But he grabbed me and took me out of there, and yeah, that's how my introduction to a mosh pit. My chicken nuggets, RIP.
Damn, yeah, that's probably the saddest part about that. Hey, the fact that someone just swooped in, I was like, I got you now. Just like,
It straight up was like that. It was straight up, like literally, like if you did slow mo, chicken nuggets go up in the air, and you just see him like come through and grabbed me, and then I was gone.
That's hilarious.
Oh,
the Flash.
Honestly, I had like. Dude, I was small. Like when I first I was like 13. When I was 13, I was like 4'7", dude. I was fucking the smallest little motherfucker. Yeah, you remember? Right. You remember, dude? I was short as fuck, and like I didn't really know yet, you know. So like, you got these big motherfuckers in the mosh. I just remember someone was like they were looking at me like, oh, dude, they like fucking grabbed me like, you know, and then the motherfuckers just started throwing elbows. I'm not gonna lie, I got hit and I flew.
It happens. It happens.
So true story, I was fucking crowd surfed. Like the first time I ever crowd surfed, I was so light and so small. Like you know, usually like people are struggling. I was getting thrown. Like these motherfuckers were just like launching my ass. Just like I was like, oh fuck. Like when I got to the end, like I flew and I just hit the side of the rail at the front. And I flew. Yeah, bro. It was fucking. I was like, oh. Like the security tried to catch me, but he was just like.
You like went over the rail?
Like I hit the side of the, cause like they were like launching my ass, bro. So like my side clipped the rail and I just like fell. Like he kind of caught my ass, but I was already on the ground.
Dude, like what if you land on your head? Fuck.
Hey man, that's the price you pay. I guess it was at. Y'all remember Fitzgerald's?
Yes.
Dude, yeah. That's where it was at. I had stage dive like first off of it, and they caught me, and then they like threw me back basically. That fucking venue was sick. R.I.P. that venue too, though. You know.
R.I.P.
Yeah, fucking fit. Y'all only do shows in Houston? Or, like, have y'all been like doing other shows like outside of the city?
Only Houston.
Only Houston.
Like I've helped with shows in like Dallas, but like I've chosen to just stay in Houston.
You plan on expanding?
No.
Anything?
No.
Not right now.
No. Houston's my home.
I fucks with that.
So I'm not gonna go anywhere else. Like again. only if just to help, because again, there's some friends who just ask questions or like a tournament needs a date, so we just guide them. But we don't get involved though. Like we like to just stay here in Houston.
You're gonna hold it down for the city.
Exactly.
Like, you're gonna bring in what you can bring in, and you're gonna hold down for the locals and shit.
Exactly.
It's like more of an advisory role if you're helping somebody else. It's not you're not involved, but it's just kind of giving advice where needed type thing.
Yeah, yeah.
You know why I fuck with that though? It's because it's like we've talked about this before too. It's just like in any like most music industry, and it's like especially in Houston, everyone always talks about how like Houston, everyone leaves Houston and really like forgets about it and like doesn't really build each other up, especially in the music industry. And like it's cool to see like y'all coming together because I've seen so many of the bands that, like I said, y'all booked and they're fucking killing it right now. They're fucking crushing it, and they're still fucking playing these shows, and like they're not like huge bands yet, but like they're fucking they're making a name for themselves. They're coming out of Houston, which is fucking sick. And eventually when you see them on a big bill, you're like, dude, they fucking started, and you might have given them their first shot. And I think a lot of people forget that shit, and they're just like, I want to do all these big shows. I want to do these big events, which are cool. Like I would love to do it like a bigger event, but it's also cool. Like you wouldn't have those without the locals. You know what I mean? If like it's like there's always a band that probably has a story. It's like if this one promoter never gave me a fucking shot, I would have never had the opportunity to maybe be on like other bill that eventually blew him up.
Yeah,
Jose
shout out
Campos. Is he like he's pretty big in Houston too? Oh yeah, at White Oak. Yeah. Have y'all worked with him at all?
No.
No, I think
No.
he does like mostly alternative rock.
No, he does all genres.
Does he really?
Well, not
He
like
does?
pop or anything like that, but he does all like more
Rock-
rock, and
rock.
he has done some hip hop and comedy shows.
Comedy shows too?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty sick though. Yeah, no, I fucking respect that though. That y'all are like holding it down for the city of Houston. Well, like, what do you then at that point? Like, what do you like see? Like, how when you see yourself expanding, at what point like do you really see yourself getting to, in terms of like throwing it? Like, how big would you be willing to go in terms of throwing an event? Like maybe like 2-day event, maybe like Vans Warped Tour. It's one day, Houston, fucking 3 stages. Got all the fucking homies or whatever, like people who that they think are gonna be sick, and then you. How big do you think at some point you could imagine yourself getting to?
Kind of hard sometimes. Sometimes I struggle with a lot of like self doubt. So then sometimes I don't really think about that, like the future. I just think about what I'm dealing with right now. As for dreams, though, like I want to like do like I want to do things like that. Bless you.
Bless you for sure.
But like our dream is to like just like be those people that can like go to like big spots, do big events, and like still put on for everybody in Houston. So like one day it would be cool to do something like that. Like I love Warped Tour when I was growing up. I kind of fallen out of love out of outdoor events though, so maybe I wouldn't do like that. I'll probably do an indoor like Warped Tour type vibe.
So like here's an idea.
And
So
Houston is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's very hot.
If you're not doing a winter outdoor event,
yeah,
then
it's
you're,
really dude. Texas,
you're
honestly,
putting your fans through it.
I go to a lot of festivals. Texas is actually the worst place for festivals. Like, dude, this is like Texas literally is like where festivals go to die, specifically Houston, because like it's just so fucking hot, and there's so many like different things that could go
Astroworld
wrong.
Didn't help.
Yeah, well, yeah, that also did not help at all. That actually made it a lot more difficult.
Y'all see that he's going on tour and he skipped Houston on the tour.
His home city. Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, Houston.
It's
I can't do it.
hilarious.
But no, so there's this. So I'm into electronic music. There's this like they're a promo team, and they started throwing like local events too with locals, called Brownies and Lemonade. Kind of what they did was like they started out throwing like with locals and stuff, and they just pretty much do like what you do. They just go to different venues and they find like more obscure venues and like stuff that somebody's never thrown before, and they'll sometimes book bigger artists and sometimes it'll be locals, and they just kind of work with that, and then they pretty much stay in LA too. They don't like everyone's like, dude, you should do shows in other places, and they don't really care to do like that many. And then like they'll go to bigger festivals, and sometimes they'll have like a stage takeover.
That's badass.
Yeah. So like an idea is like at some point, Nosleepfest takeover. Be like they're like, hey, do you know any bands that would want to fucking hop on? Fuck yeah, got it. It's simple, but I understand though. Like I'm the same way with like even like with this shit, and I also help some homies throw shit at times. It's your mind's just constantly going at all. You're like, fuck, You get home, you're like, I got 30 things. I don't have time to think about shit.
No.
You wake up and your mind's on go, dude. You're just like, my day is packed. But at the end of it all, like, dude, when you see fucking it all come together, all right, dude, I know what I'm doing. You know, like you said, it's like you know, at some point you're like, but then there's those moments you're like, I'm doing this for a fucking. And I mean,
Definitely,
you got the
yeah.
homie working with you now, shit too. This
No,
man
yeah.
fucking.
Lee has definitely made it a lot easier, you know. Like
taking
having
a
just
lot of
somebody
weight
like
off.
just like he helps with a lot and just helping me just stay grounded too as well, because this stuff is not easy. You know what I mean? It's like this is not something like you get into like thinking that like if you like basically if you're going into this like with a negative mindset or like you're trying to be very greedy, you're not gonna succeed. You're not gonna go far. You need to be about it. You
You're
know,
going into it with
correct? Because I've seen people who come in where like they do it for money or they do it for popularity or they want a name for themselves and they don't think about everybody. You know, and I think that's not the right way to go about it.
not
You know.
paying the respect.
Correct. Yeah, you should get into it because you genuinely love to do it. You know, there's been a lot of people sometimes even I don't agree with, but like then when I see them doing it because they love to do it, then you know you can't hate. You know what I mean? You gotta rock with it.
Yeah.
And I
Everyone
think
has
that's
their
the
own path.
reason. Exactly.
That's a good point, though. I mean, like, because you're not gonna like everything that everyone makes, but when you kind of can respect it to a degree. I mean, it's difficult enough to create anything. It's difficult enough to put that out there. Even harder to have confidence in the fact that it's good. You know what I mean? So, like, if someone is out there having confidence in their craft, doing the thing that they love to do, whether you like it or not, you gotta say like, shouts out to that guy. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, or woman, sorry. But the point is that like there is that level of passion that you have to have in the thing that you're doing for the thing that you're doing. Because if you don't have that passion, if you are after money or popularity or looking to not have a 9 to 5, then it's gonna show, and you're gonna basically tarnish your name in that industry by not giving.
Agreed.
To a degree.
Yeah.
Man, I've noticed, dude, y'all are for the fucking doing the shit. Like I'm like I said, dude, I've been to a few shit. You could tell like the people, like I heard about you through the homie Winton too, and he's just like, dude, fucking Pablo, and then he actually did mention you too, Lee. It was just like, dude, he did. He was like the homie Lee too. He was like, man, they're fucking killing it, bro. Like you should, like he was hyping y'all up and was like. And honestly, I respect Winton's opinion so much. He's like one of the nicest fucking dudes ever.
Straight up, yeah. I love
And
Winton.
Dude can fucking shred too. Dude, he was so stoked whenever y'all fucking booked him for his first headline back. Dude was hype as fuck. That show was fucking sick.
We've been waiting for Pac-Man to come back for a minute. We were waiting on Winton. We were waiting on Winton.
He's trying to form the Avengers, dog.
No, literally, it's a super group now, dude.
Yeah, dude was out here trying to fucking get the band back together, literally. Yeah, dude was really trying to fucking make some shit happen, but yeah, he was so stoked and so thankful for that, 'cause that show was fucking. Like I said, the whole lineup was fucking. I fucking crushed it, but like he mentioned y'all, and I was like, all right, if he says y'all are fucking sick, I'm gonna have to take the homie's word for it. I trust his fucking kid. Killing it out.
He's so supportive too, like the kind of like person he is. Like he's so good at what he does, but yeah, he's like the most wholesome person
That's the
I've
weird
ever
thing.
fucking met, dude.
I mean, that's something that like I guess not to suck the skin off of Winton's dick too much on this podcast, but that is something that I can like kind of see in Winton that makes me believe like he's gonna make it. He's gonna be a star one day because he has that ability to be humble, to be genuine, to be like a real person with another person. But he also has this fucking incredible talent that I personally didn't even really know until Homie Fest. I hadn't seen him perform before that. Dude, it's probably one of the best guitar performances I've ever seen or heard at all. Like, and I don't really know how to put that into like like I don't know how to put a circle into a square peg on that note because I still have to interact with this person. And it's like I love you and I respect you, but you fucking blew my mind 2 weeks ago, and I have to live with that.
That's me every time I fucking watch him play. I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, you are insane. He is crazy good at what he does, but yet he's so like wholesome about it.
Right.
But
I don't know what it is.
Going back to that, like thinking about like you guys as well, it's like for you to be like you've been doing it for 8 years, and you've been booking shows too as well. Do you have like beforehand were you just like on your own also?
Yeah, I was just by myself. I didn't really go under a name. Eventually, I did create a name, but it was just literally my Instagram handle, and that was my booking company. So
That's fair. You're like whatever is easiest at that
Yeah,
point. People can
no.
just find you, like dude. Because at some point you're like, okay, if I hold another thing, then it's hard.
exactly.
But like at a point, like y'all kind of built that. You like y'all been doing it for a fat minute, and like that energy where y'all have been making tons of bookings, but you're like, hey, we're chilling. Like you're not like, nah, dude, you can't fucking. Who are you? Like, you could just be on my fucking lineup, coming to me like I'm fucking. You know who I am? You know who my dad is? Fucking.
Well, that's our thing. Is like we love finding
duck may swim on
new
the lake.
bands. We love finding new bands and like trying to like bring them on. It's like we always feel like we need more bands too in the scene, and just like to just change up lineups too. You know, you don't always want the same lineup over and over again, and it's like bringing on new people and being able to like diversify bands, I guess, in a way is
Yeah.
the best way to say it. I don't know.
No, yeah,
And
that's
No,
fair.
yeah. I mean, in the same way that I try to like actively make sure I don't wear the same outfit every episode, I'm sure it's difficult for you guys to not put the same
Yeah,
band on
no.
2 lineups in a row. And be like, fuck.
Exactly. No.
Especially if you like them a lot. You're like, I would love to.
I know I asked you, but then I realized in my head that you've been on the last 3, and I might
Yeah.
need some variation here.
Yeah, no.
Like I gotta figure something out. But that's a part of the love for the game too and the fun. You're like, okay, y'all know anybody that's fucking sick, or you're like now you're like looking up. And honestly, sometimes you end up going to other shows and you're like, holy, they killed.
Oh, exactly.
Fucking, would you like to fucking do it? Honestly, most people like that I've run into are usually like, dude, fuck it, I'm down to fucking clown, fucking hop on whatever. Love the game to fucking go out there, rush. It's fun, man. It's honestly it is fun stuff too, especially with people that like at least like you have somebody now too, like and y'all are fucking able to tackle that shit together instead of just being like your fucking mind just by yourself.
I could not imagine doing this by myself. He did it for so long. Like he's taught me everything. So like everything I'm doing now, I'm just learning, and
Right.
I get stressed out as fuck. I can't imagine how he's feeling or how he was feeling before. Like, fuck, it's a lot.
So it's just y'all two though. You don't have like a team. I know you'll have the graphic, like the people who do the flyers and shit. But like other than that, it's just like mostly just you two guys. Like y'all are pretty much handling like the bookings. Y'all are handling like everything the day of. Like when it comes to the bands and like the timeliness, like everything. It's just you two motherfuckers like running around.
Well, no, there are several others. They're not like with I can. I'm gonna say they're not with us. No, but like you know what I mean. Like they're not under the banner of No Sleep, but there's a lot of homies that we have that help us out. You know,
Just look out.
yeah, Brian Kelly, Joey,
Joey.
pretty much like all like the staff people at all venues. You know, Nicole at Bohemios, Alex from Ojerman, Christian at White Oak, and then Joey at the inn. Well, John too, Chewy. There's a lot of people,
I thought shows at White Oak too.
Oh yeah, we just had a show Sunday, right? It was Sunday, right? With Johnny Booth and
Are you asking us?
I was looking at him. I was like, with,
maybe.
Johnny Booth, Dog Crimes, Earth Grounds, Blood Between Us, and Our Eyes Go Blank Tonight. So yeah, there's we're about to like announce new people actually soon.
For another White Oak show or
No, like to like who's
Joining
with
the
us.
team?
Yeah. Because the thing is like, I've worked with tons of people over the years, and like it's hard trusting somebody to bring in new. With Lee, it was even nerve wracking with him too as well. Lee's been like the one that's stuck the most. Been loyal, been down with it, understands. And everybody else didn't like work out. So
Yeah, because everyone wants to do it until they realize what
goes
doing
on,
it
yeah.
means, and you're like, oh fuck, this is a full-time job.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, bro, like this is nonstop. Like we fucking round the clock type.
But yeah, it's just right now it's just me and Lee pretty much. You know, for the like the promoting, the booking the bands, getting all the getting the flyer together. That's us pretty much. But yeah, we will be announcing like some new people soon though.
Oh, that's
So
exciting.
finally,
man.
we'll have a little bit more. It'll kind of like make us chill out a little bit.
Yeah, I bet be able to delegate a little bit more. Fucking
Yeah.
all to yourselves. So y'all do y'all run the socials yourselves too, like all the Instagram posts and all that stuff.
That's me.
God damn, bro. I know what that's like.
Bless you.
We could use a lesson from you, honestly.
I know that feel, dude. It's fucking. That's always the toughest one because you're like, fuck. Do I need to make a post? And there's like no one on your ass to tell you to make the post, so you
No,
got to be on your own ass to fucking make the post. And that's probably like one of the most stressful.
I try to have more fun with it though, you know, because like I don't really consider it as a business. I consider it just like us, like I guess our own little movement, you know. I don't really, because like, you know, there's not a lot of money to be made. Usually we're lucky just to have $20.
Yeah.
You know, we just want to break even just to pay everybody. And then like with like social media, I used to be like super like, oh, I have to be very like robotic, and now I'm just like some I don't know how some people deal with my stories sometimes because I be posting some weird stuff. And I just want to be goofy, you know. I just want to have fun.
But that's good. I mean, you should want to do your like own unique thing on your own post. Like that's, I think whenever you do kind of choose the robotic posts and things like that, it gets very, I mean, using the word robotic would be redundant, but it gets very like,
I guess repetitive.
not just repetitive, but
Stale.
it's like stale. Yeah,
Yeah.
stale's a good word because it's like there's nothing new here. I mean, it's the same old like thumbnails every other video I've seen, same like time frame that it's supposed to be posted in, you know what I mean? So it's like there are things that become very cookie cutter, and it very much tastes like it.
Yeah.
And the thing is too though, like I mean, I think a lot of people don't realize it is like y'all are Nosleepfest, but like people don't just come for, you know, the bands. Like they come for you guys too. You know, they're like, dude, I fucks with those fucking guys. I know what they're about. I know about it. I know what they fucking do. I know they're gonna fucking break it out, you know.
Hell yeah.
It's more than just a fucking like, oh, dude, the band. Which I mean, they're of course the bands
Yeah.
are gonna fucking go crazy.
No, yeah.
Which is like that. They know that too, but like they also know and respect what you guys have done and what you are probably going to do. So they're gonna show up regardless. Like you said, there are always, just like there's the people that show up for like the bands and they leave. There's the people that are showing up because they're like, I've fucks with the homies, so I'm gonna be here regardless.
No,
Like, it doesn't matter who's on.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter who the fuck's playing,
Definitely.
who's on. We're here for the fucking ride. And I think like that's something that a lot of people don't think about. And it's like, so when you do post these weird stories, people are like, that's the fucking homie. I fucking love that guy.
They still we have a lot of strangers follow us, so some of them don't even know. So it's gonna be funny whenever they see us post silly stuff.
That's the best part though, because like, okay, I know what this motherfucker's about. You know, they're just being like, is this a person behind this account, or like,
Right.
Yeah.
it's
It's
just
a
like,
bot,
yeah, are they just like scheduled programming? Like, dude, like they just have the post ready and they're just like fucking whatever, you
Yeah.
know, which is cool, but
to a
it,
degree, yeah.
yeah, but it's also like, man, do you even?
Yeah.
The interaction is fun.
He's like, I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
being picked up. Let me get that
I was like,
microphone.
yeah,
Like, hold on.
I'm talking loud enough now.
Exactly, bro. And people love interacting with that shit. And then they and then they meet you and they're like, dude, your stories are fucking hilarious. I fucking love that shit.
No one has
Please.
said that yet.
Yeah, I
no one has
promise you.
said that
But they're
yet.
thinking it. That's the thing. They're
Yeah,
thinking
someone's
That would be
thinking it.
hilarious if someone came up to me and was like,
Like, I love what you're doing, bro, but the best thing about your business
"Is those
is your fucking
selfies. Those selfies y'all post on
dude.
stories."
Like, honestly, I didn't even come for the music. I came because of you, dude. Those stories fucking crushed. Those fucking selfies videos. What the fuck is Nah, man, definitely love what you guys are doing with it. So, like, do y'all have any, like, what do y'all got coming up? Like, what's next for you guys? I know, of course, I set my friends on fire.
No, I don't mind.
What do you have coming up? What are some big plans for you guys? What are you hoping to accomplish in these next couple of months?
Wait for him.
Nah, dude, you can keep.
Wow,
keep
Lee,
rolling.
you're gonna leave me alone.
Damn,
Just
Lee's
abandon
leaving.
me.
Lee's leaving. Like in this moment, dude. You thought he had you, and look at him now. I'm kidding.
Okay, so I'm sorry I didn't catch the last part.
Yes.
Lee distracted me. The
Nah,
future.
Yeah, so like in the next couple of months, like what do you got going on? What are some big events you're either hoping for. Of course, I want let the people know about the I Set My Friends on Fire show coming up and stuff. Where that's gonna be.
Hell yeah.
Mind you, this will come out next Wednesday. So anything between now and then probably.
Dang.
Shout it out. Is that right?
We could probably get it out. Maybe. When's the I Set My Friends on Fire show?
September 15th. So that this will be out. Yeah.
This will be out before then.
Like right directly is September 14th is Keep Flying. That's like pop punk ska.
Oh hell yeah, that's pretty sick.
And then we have September 20th. Can't say her name right. Well, they are named right. I feel bad. Young Gadita. We have them playing too as well on September 20th.
How's it spelled?
Yungatita. I kept saying Yo Gotti, and I know that's not it. I kept saying Yo Gotti by accident, which is my bad.
Young Gravy.
Young Gravy.
Yeah, that'd be fucking hilarious. We're like, what?
I Set My Friends on Fire September 15th. That one's nerve wracking. That one is definitely like
Bigger show.
a bigger show for us. Like we're really looking forward to that one because like that's a band definitely like I was young and I was jamming, and so like
Isn't Fox? Did you ever watch the YouTube sketches?
the Smosh.
Well, they had the Smosh, but they also had the isn't like the I Set My Friends on Fire. Do you remember when they did their own sketches?
I'm trying to think now.
But then did you see the one they had with Smosh? It was the fucking coming up.
Yeah, they had two of them. I completely I forgot about the second one. Yeah, the 4 years. Yeah. I completely forgot about that one.
The sex ed was funny as fuck. That one was.
I guess after this month, we have probably the biggest thing is probably Nosleepfest itself. People get a little confused because we're called Nosleepfest, so every single show is a festival, but it's not. I just got lazy of making like multiple like booking names, and I just got like, you know what? I'm just gonna put everything under Nosleepfest. So it gets a little confusing, but like Nosleepfest is gonna happen December 1st and 2nd, and I haven't dropped the lineup yet. It's gonna be 40 bands. 2 days.
40?
Yeah,
2 days?
We normally
That's what I was talking about. That's the shit I was talking
we normally
about.
do that like regularly. It's like a tradition, but I mostly do Nosleepfest because like I just love it. I pretty much put like all the bands I want, and I love, and
Which
just
is
put them
the
on.
Lineup drop.
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Probably, definitely
That's
this
a
month. Definitely this
mystery.
month though.
Okay.
Definitely
So
this
you're
month.
still getting you're coordinating all the bands. and
Yeah,
stuff?
we're still
Has that
coordinating
been pretty
stuff.
stressful too?
Every year is kind of that definitely is stressful.
That's a lot
like
of bands though.
yeah.
40 bands, dude. That's pretty
A lot
impressive.
of coordination.
Definitely a lot of coordination. But yeah, that one, and then we just have more shows to announce. Like tomorrow's a show's getting announced, Friday's getting a show announced, and Thursday. Well, no, tomorrow's Thursday. Well, there's 3 shows happening. I don't know when the other one's getting announced, but yeah.
Can you say like where like do you
Stay tuned.
do you have like the venue already that No Sleep Fest is gonna be at?
Yeah, it's gonna be at the Inn Compound.
Gonna be at the Inn and Compound.
Yeah, we're using
So you-
both.
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 I was wondering
Yeah.
if you were able to do that. So you're gonna rent out both?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
I'm excited because it's the first time No Sleep's ever had like, because it's always been super DIY. We've always done it at DIY venues. Well, I guess the Compound Inn is still DIY, but like we've never had like separate stages. You know, like we've been so DIY where we had No Sleep at VFWs, so like the bands were literally next to each other, like the stages. So that was like a challenge.
So the sound bleed has
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
insane.
So this is the first time where they're literally gonna be separated, and I'm looking forward to that.
That sounds like it's gonna be fucking insane. Fucking 2 days.
Yeah, I'm gonna be so tired.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
I'm just looking forward to like goon behavior. I'm looking forward to bringing all my homies, all my homies. That's usually a homie fest because literally all the touring bands on it are good friends of ours, and we just want to see them. So.
Oh, that's the fucking shit. Like I just threw an event, but it was a mix. It was like metal, but then it was also like electronic.
Mhm.
'Cause I have so many people who DJ, and I'm like, God, I'm not gonna just did both.
Hell
But
yeah.
that's pretty much what it was. All homies, put them all fucking.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, you fucking go do your shit out there. And then everyone that shows up, all like, and the thing is, like, we're all pretty much friends too. So it's like 100 plus people that all just know.
Yeah, homies.
Exactly.
Good
dude.
vibes.
Dude, great
Wholesome.
vibe. It's
Yeah.
always a good ass time. Everyone's there to have a fucking good time. All the people on stage crush it because those are all they're like, we're gonna fucking kill it for the homies. You know what I mean? We're gonna go crazy. The crowd is gonna be fucking. The energy in the crowd, you already know, is gonna be fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Because they're all fucking there for
Yeah,
the
'cause
homies.
they're going. You're feeding off that. You know.
And everyone's just like the energy. You just feel that energy from start to finish. Just go fucking nuts. Like, just keeps getting better until the night's over. But yeah, by day 2, I'm sure you're gonna be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Into day 2 is
Always.
gonna be fucking rough for sure. But that's gonna be fucking awesome. Damn, man. That's exciting, man. I'm happy for you guys and excited for to see that come into
Appreciate y'all.
fruition. Yeah, fucking 2-day festival. No Sleep Fest, not to be confused with No Sleep Fest. So there's two. There's okay. I'm gonna explain. There is the festival, not to be confused with just the daily. Like they also have
I just to make it like smooth. I just said No Sleep is the fest, and then we just book shows. You know what I mean? That's why I tell people. Because like some people still get confused. Yeah, people still get confused. Like No Sleep Fest presents No Sleep Fest. I'm like, what? Like what?
That's gonna be
Yeah.
fucking nuts. So how? Okay, I'm this is a personal question. This is for me, you guys. But so how are you gonna have like wristbands? Because I know the end's not like re-entry. So how are like is it gonna be like? Are you able to go between both stages?
Well, you can go through the back.
So they're gonna be allowed to go through the. That's fucking sick. Yeah. I don't think I noticed. Oh, because that other door is
there's
the
another door.
back there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking sick. Actually, that's gonna work out.
So wait,
pretty
the inn connects to a different.
well. Yeah, you
spot?
remember? You remember the back?
Yeah.
So like, if you go to the other side, there's another door.
Oh, there's like a different venue there.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
called a
damn.
compound. Yeah.
It's bigger.
Shit.
That one
It's bigger,
gets like
yeah.
600.
Yeah.
Oh,
the inn
shit.
gets like 300.
Damn.
Right.
So that's gonna be fun.
Okay,
That's
I
gonna be
didn't even
perfect.
know.
Put some smaller acts on like the fucking the end, and then some bigger acts in compound. Just fucking. Damn, that's gonna be fucking.
Uber, by the way.
No, yeah, we're definitely gonna encourage a lot of carpooling because like I always feel
Yes.
I always feel like horrible when we're all pulling up to the venue and we all like literally pull up in our own cars. I'm like, why? Like, why did we do that?
30 different people.
Yeah, like,
30.
why
That's
did we
already
do
the whole
that?
parking.
Yeah.
That's all of the fucking parking. Everyone's like, fuck.
So definitely with us, like we try our best. Like if anybody's working the fest or like ourselves in general, we try to go in one car because like we know it's gonna suck.
I mean, because you want to leave more parking for the guests, but also it's like y'all can carpool.
Yeah.
Is there any venues y'all have yet to like book at that y'all hope to book at one day, or like anything like any ideas like things y'all have looked at and be like that would be sick to throw that at?
House of Blues.
House of Blues,
Ooh,
really?
Okay.
Yeah, it's really difficult because like they have so much fees and stuff like that, so it's kind of hard for us to even want to do that. You know what I mean? Because
then you're
like,
fucking the
yeah,
people who are
For it to be
buying tickets,
feasible.
like
but
some Live Nation
it's
bullshit.
something like where we want to get to a point where we can control that too, you know, and like do stuff like that. But House of Blues has always been like a dream of mine, you know, just to say we did it, you know,
Right.
just to have fun.
The milestone of it all.
Yeah.
taking over Houston and fucking fuck it. Throwing No Sleep Fest at every venue in fucking
Oh, no.
Houston, dude.
At your mom's house. in
713
fucking Houston, dude.
Music
That
Hall,
was-
they're coming for you. Could you imagine?
That was
Fucking-
actually like a festival. I don't remember the name, but there was a festival who did that. Actually, like they booked like 8 venues in like across town. Yeah, you can buy like a wristband for like one venue show or like a wristband for all.
That's
But you would have to
nuts.
travel. But like, I only would be down with the idea if all venues were like nearby.
fuck,
nearby.
I'm not driving.
You know
You
what I
gotta be
mean?
fuck,
Yeah.
You want me to drive
Got
30
8
minutes to
Yeah,
another
yeah,
venue?
yeah.
You got 8 venues across the
Yeah.
Beltway.
But it'd be cool if like, you know, if they were like kind of like walking distance, like how Secret Group is with Warehouse, you know, like if it was like
Okay.
multiple venues, because there's some
Yeah.
other cities and like that other cities that have that, you know, where they're all like back to back to back,
Mhm.
you know.
Kind of like not like with the bar, like kind of in San Marcos for at Tech State, where the bars are set up in that square, but
Yeah.
that with like venues type of thing.
Yeah. Or
That
like
would be
or like
kinda
or like
sick.
Austin. Like I know that
Yeah.
they're not all close, but you know, you're kind of like you're in like you're close by, you know, where you can
Right.
walk.
Like where if you're standing outside of one, you're here.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever thought about like maybe like opening your own venue? Like doing like something maybe grimy?
The
like a
clinic.
underground style. Like keep it.
Mm.
Dude, Super Happy Funland. I almost went the other day, but they said that there's no AC, and that shit was like. There's no AC. Have y'all been there?
I have been there, yeah.
Yeah, I
There's
heard-
no AC.
There's no AC. Is it brutal?
It's just really hot in the summer, dude.
Yeah.
It's a dope spot,
He's like, don't go.
but it's really hot during the summer. I recommend booking shows in the winter at Super Happy Fun.
Yeah, I mean, if I saw the layout and honestly how hot it was, if there's no AC and there's fucking 50, even 30 people in a room, you know you're fucking.
But was that just
dying.
like a business decision? Have they just like never had AC, or just like it's?
It's a
But
super
I'm pretty
DIY
sure you
spot.
could buy a big fan.
That's kind of where
At
I'm
least,
at.
maybe. That would be like
You
the
know, that's
first
actually a good
investment.
idea. I don't
The first
know them
investment,
personally, but yeah.
That's kind of where I was like, at this point, it might just be a choice that they're constantly making. Like,
I don't
fuck
think
'em.
they've never thought about it. I don't think they've ever thought about it actually. But like, I'm surprised. Yeah, you
Like
you
one of
bring up a
those
good point.
industrial
Yeah,
fans?
you bring a good point. Like they could at least buy a fan, but you know.
So going back to it, have you thought about getting your own venue or?
One maybe, but we'll see.
Maybe. Fuck it, dude. I think like having like a super just grimy underground spot for people to like down at, or even like I was saying, if y'all just like find some like really weird, like you had the clinic, find somewhere that's like abandoned. Have y'all ever heard of the? It's changed now. Someone bought it and changed the name. Have y'all ever heard of the church?
Yeah.
Where it was like an abandoned church and people just throw like afters there now. Fuck.
Well, not now.
I think it's called X Space. Yeah, no, they still.
They do.
That's
like,
X Space. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, I was there before. I didn't
Yeah,
know
I think
that.
it's X Space. Yeah, it's X Space now.
Dang.
I believe, or it's something else. They changed it because there's like so many different afters venues now. It's hard for me to keep up with. Like it used to be like none. Now like have so many afters. But yeah, so it was an abandoned church and they were throwing like.
I know. I pulled up there one time, and we just never did a show there. But it would have been cool.
That's what I'm saying. There's like something like because people would love that shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, dude, this is not a regular thing. Like some abandoned spot that fucking was once something. Like there was this spot they closed it down too. The area was really bad. Like people pretty frequently. You had to hire security. If you booked there, you had to hire your own security. Like that's how rough it was. No, it was called the Silo. It was a
I
place
remember
called
the Silo.
It was like
Yeah,
an old
I remember the
abandoned.
Silo.
I'm
I
telling you,
remember the Silo.
abandoned shit it hits the spot for some reason, dude. But it was an old abandoned silo, and it was just like outdoors in the open.
Yeah.
The venue looked fucking sick. Area just sucked, but like the shows there were fucking awesome.
I went there a couple times.
Yeah, exactly. Just sucks. All the good fucking abandoned spots get closed down, dude.
Yeah, that's DIY for you. You know.
Yeah, that is.
Every good
that's how
finesse
it
must
goes.
come to an end.
So I mean,
Fortunately,
maybe throwing some shows like that would be pretty sick too, though. Or like, fuck it, reopen the clinic. I'm sure it got torn down, but fucking
buy the clinic.
they're like, we gotta get rid of this shit.
Everybody convinced Pablo to reopen the clinic for one more show. It's not torn down. It's still there. I'm starting this online thing.
What was the reason? Why'd you stop? Like, what was the?
I don't want to get into that one. I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
That's fair.
So you said that you've got some shows that are coming up that are going to be announced tomorrow?
Yeah, we have one show tomorrow getting announced. Friday's getting announced. The other one I don't remember what's getting announced.
Okay.
I want to say it's Friday too.
Where can people go to get those announcements?
Our Instagram.
What is your Instagram handle?
Nosleepfest.
Nosleepfest. We'll definitely put that in the comments as well. Go fucking put your notifications on for Nosleepfest so you guys can get those notifications when you guys drop that shit. Because I kind of wish that we did this maybe a couple days after so we can plug those dates. But
That's all good.
But definitely
Follow them on Instagram. They post pretty frequently, and they're pretty good about it too. So
fuck yeah, dude.
y'all have Twitter?
No.
Okay, fuck Twitter then.
Fuck Twitter, dude.
Y'all
They have X, not Twitter.
Yeah,
Y'all have Facebook, or is it
Twitter,
just strictly
Twitter
Instagram?
like gives me a headache. Like we
Dude,
used to
Twitter
have
is
a
not-
guy that ran our Twitter, but then he's no longer with us, and I can't with Twitter. And then with Facebook, yeah, with Facebook's kind of like
Is
no
he
man
among the
land.
living?
Yeah. Facebook's no man land. I feel like Instagram's like the perfect like medium. You
I
know.
think you'd be surprised with Facebook, but I don't know how the metal scene.
I think
is.
Facebook's
Or, like,
more like family oriented.
Dude, I get
whereas,
hella
like,
engagement on Facebook, dude. That's the thing.
It depends. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
That's
I
what it
guess,
is.
Yeah.
We still do try our best to promote everywhere, but like
Instagram's where it mostly
yeah.
hits.
And then like in person, like we do hella like in flyers in person.
Flyers and
Yeah.
stuff. So y'all like peddle them on like corners and shit, or
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
So Nosleepfest on Instagram. Where I was gonna ask this earlier. Do you guys make, record, and release music of your own?
Lee's in a band called Hoodie Party, and he just
Hoodie
recently released a new single.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, let us know about it, dude.
Yeah, I play guitar in this band called Hoodie Party. We're an emo band.
Look, he's speaking lowercase again.
Yeah,
dude.
sorry, dude. Sorry. I'm emo, dude. I talk soft, bro.
I got one.
It's just how it is.
I was
No, but yeah, hoodie party.
What's the single called?
Bite my shiny metal ass.
Fuck yeah.
Fire ass single.
Fucking
It's
good.
out on everything,
My boy
bro.
Bender in the cut, dude.
Go,
Let's
yeah,
fucking
hell
go.
yeah! If you know, you know, real shit.
That's fire as fuck.
Go stream it. Also I play drums in a band with this guy. Also, it's not called Nosleepfest though. It's called Arabella.
Okay.
Wait, who's in Arabella?
Me, Pablo, Jasmine, and Ethan.
I saw y'all. I didn't know y'all were in the band, but I remember seeing. Did y'all opened up at that show that was at
Yeah, with-
OG Man, right?
Yeah, with Pac-Man. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know that. Honestly, I didn't know y'all then, so I didn't know. But like, I did see y'all, and that was fucking sick. Yeah, no, you're fucking good. She's fucking talented too, man. She fucking
Yeah.
kills it. Yeah, voice is fucking nuts.
Well, fuck yeah, dude. I did not know you guys were in a band together as well as that. Yeah.
A little hidden secret. You'll
Yeah, I
never
don't know when
know.
y'all have, I don't know when y'all have time for shit. Fucking handing out
That's what I was gonna
flyers,
say.
social media, and a
This
band
guy's trying to
together.
get you guys to buy a
We
venue
don't.
to add stress to your life.
We don't, dude.
Hey man, but that's what you gotta do in order to fucking build and fucking y'all doing it. Y'all's out there. So yeah, go follow them on Instagram. Nosleepfest. They're fucking for the culture. If you fucking love metal music, rock music, if you just fucking love a good time, if you want to throw down, if you want to fucking meet Lee in the pits and get your skull cracked open, dude, fucking.
Bro, no, please. I gotta chill. I keep making it worse, dude.
He's got
Like, I
another
have to
hand.
take a break.
He's got another hand. That's
No, that's what I said, and then I hit this hand again, dude. Oh, I'm fucking myself up, bro.
For the love of the game, like I said, man. No, y'all go check them out. They're fucking crushing it out here. Getting so much good local talent. They're getting I Set My Friends on Fire coming in, and that's a fucking big deal for I think for anyone who was fucking emo kid, fucking growing up in middle school and shit. So
if anyone is looking to be on one of your, I guess, one of your, that's not the word. One of-
how would someone reach out to you if they want to be on a bill?
Thank you.
Or,
That
yeah.
was the word I was looking for. But yes.
Send us your music.
Where? That's what I was asking.
Instagram,
On
email,
Instagram?
you
Okay.
know, however you feel is best for you to hit us up.
Okay.
Even
Awesome.
personally is cool too.
Okay, awesome.
Like, hey, you can hit me up if you can find Pablo's personal. Go find it and bother him about the clinic.
Harass Pablo about the clinic.
Over the clinic. No. Yeah, so fucking if y'all looking to get on a bill, you're a local band, hit them up, dude. They're fucking always putting on, and honestly, you'll be on a lineup with a bunch of other fucking talented people. Crowd shows up, trust me, I've seen it. People throw the fuck down. So, anything y'all want to tell the people, anything y'all fucking want to give a shout out to, anybody I want to give a shout out to before we sign out here, you guys?
Shout out Joey.
Motherfucker. Shout out
This
that boy.
motherfucker there is. The
Shout
only
out-
motherfucker there is.
Always
The
been.
one, the only.
No one knows
The
where he
man,
came from
the
or
myth.
where.
Also, I love you, gang. I don't hate you. I'm
Is
sorry.
it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's fucking Joey.
All right, you guys, it's been fucking real. It's been fine and dandy with fucking Pablo and Lee from fucking Nosleepfest. They got a lot of shit coming up, so you motherfuckers stay tuned and catch us next week. Y'all take care.
That I'll do, fools.